On this episode of Geek Dad Life, we're going to do a live unboxing of Waves 2 and 3 from Masters of the Universe Masterverse from Mattel. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Geek Dad Life. It's your host, Jay Gladfelter here. Yes, as promised, I found a whole bunch of Wave 2 and 3 this past weekend. And in my Toy Hauls section of the show, I said if you all hit 150 likes within Toy Geeks, or while we were doing Toy Geeks Live, I would do a live unboxing of all of these figures from Waves 2 and 3. And I'm a man of my word. And here we are. I'm actually really excited. There's some figures here that I think look really cool. I think there's some here that maybe don't look so great. But have you ever done that where you've gotten like most of a wave of figures? And then at that point, I was like, I guess I might as well just get all of them now. So that's kind of what happened to me here with these two waves of Revelation. I found some ones that I really wanted. And then, you know, when you're out toy hunting and you find the others, you're like, I guess I should get them. I'm here, and I guess I'm a completist now. And the cycle continues of toy geekery. Definitely want to say hello to the chat. Jack Lord is here. 16-bit Misfit, Matthew Bush, Mecha Manblade, Ghost Poppers can't be here, but watch later. Thank you, Ghost Poppers. J Max 77, Master of Motu. Yair is here. Greg Martinez, Wait, I Know You podcast is here as well. Yeah, time to unbox Barely Glow. That's very true. Master of Motu, I Brandon 3G, Kayla Silva is here, as well as Rodimus Toy unboxing. Ryan Dole is here. Big thanks again to Ryan for jumping on our live stream yesterday about that god-awful Black Chrysanthemum figure. And oh my gosh, what an event last night. The second annual Jeffries for 2022. Oh my gosh, such a high-level production. It was incredible. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. Let's see. I think we did 16-bit already, but Nick Dillinger, lifelong toy collector, is here. Free Reign, David V, That Horn, and Comics is here for a bit at least. Thank you for that. Scarce Glow. There you go. That's a good one, That Horn. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, there we go. Ollie Jones animated. Boom. There we go. Okay, so tradition of live unboxings here on Geek Dad Life is to let you all decide which one I should open up first. But you all have to let me know quickly which one of these figures do you want me to see open. We've got Wave 2 over here. We've got Beastman, Teela in their kind of later iterations in the show, or later looks in the show, not the more classic looks. And then we have Man-at-Arms in his classic look and Spikor. And then in Wave 3, we've got Fisto, Scare Glow, Andra, and Stinkor. All pretty much with their classic looks, save for Andra, but she didn't really come into the story until kind of after the apocalypse or whatever. So which one do you want me to see open first? Stinkor looks like a lot of Stinkor votes. Stinkor, Teela, Stinkor, Stinkor, aka the best Motu. All right, well, I think that's it. The Jason Mewes voice character will be first. It is Stinkor, and I can't disagree. I think Stinkor does look really good. And it's one of those ones that's, again, it's just that classic Stinkor look. It makes no sense. It's one of those things with Masters of the Universe that, to somebody that doesn't understand it all, or maybe if you came up to a Masters of the Universe figure, I'd be like, what the heck is this? But then after a while, you just kind of, I don't know, become endeared and or obsessed with these designs. And Stinkor is one of those for me where it's a skunk with like bright red gloves and boots and an orange armor thing and a bright blue shield. And it's just kind of an absurd character design that somehow works. And it's just like, I can't help but look at this. All right. So I do not think there is any stinky smell on this one. I mean, honestly, the Origins one wasn't that stinky either. So, all right. So let's pull back the lens a bit so we can get a full look of the box. Again, I love the Masterverse artwork. So there's artwork on the side that I think looks really good. And then the back looks good as well. So the side has this kind of masked face on, and then this one is unmasked. But this looks great. This is in Wave 3. These are showing up in my targets near me. So hopefully maybe they're showing up in targets near you, maybe Walmart's as well. Scare Glow was the one that I just didn't see for a while, but then this past weekend, Found a few Scare Glow, so got one for John too. So wave 3 has Fisto, Andra, Scare Glow, and this Stinkor. All right, let's open this thing up. I usually open it on this side, the non-artwork side first. I try to save the artwork. Do you all do that? This line, I don't keep the boxes. I literally just cut out the artwork pieces and then recycle the rest. And I'm thankful to actually show you what you can and cannot recycle. I think only the plastic window is non-recyclable. So there you go. But I like that they break that down for you. Okay, so I think that's everything I need to do here. Again, I don't care if this gets all ripped up because I don't save it. Oh, is there one more here? Darn it, there's one more spot. There we go. All right. There he is in a bubble. Not much new there. He does have some zip ties on here, which again, don't pull through. I'll just pull them from the back. So that way I don't risk cutting the figure. But yeah, I really like this design. It kind of has the classic elements with some of those 2000X elements. You know, I never got the Staction version, the NECA Staction version of it. But so he has a few accessories that he comes with. So he has a blue shield. Let's get in focus there. Which in the original toy line was a recasting of the Gray Skull shield. A couple extra hands, an extra closed hand, and then an open hand. Again, these are, I don't know, they're kind of, I don't want to say useless, but are people really using these hands that much on these Masterverse figures? I'm not. And then we have 2 head sculpts. This is the additional one. Oh, let's get in focus. That I'll probably display mine with the mask face. I'm not sure yet. I always dug that in the more modern look of Stinkor. And then let's look at the figure himself. Luckily, no wonky leg issues like my Triclops got, so that's good. A little bit of gumminess on the joints, but again, I think just moving him around a little bit. I know there's like, you know, the blow dryer trick just to warm him up. This ankle is a little stiff, so I might do that later. But anyway, out of the box, I think he looks pretty good. And I love that they added the blue tanks to this as well. The paint looks really good here too, has a good wash. It doesn't look like, say, Black Chrysanthemum's armor. That did not look good at all. But yeah, even the paint on the face looks really good on this Stinkor. The texture, the sculpting, overall, it looks pretty darn good. Again, remember, these are still, what, $20, $21 at retail, which on current prices for toys is pretty darn good. All right, let's see how easy it is to swap out the head, because I think I want to go with the masked head on Stinkor. There we go. You know, I don't know. Maybe I like the other one better. What do you all think? I think I'm gonna go with the other one. I think I like this head sculpt better. So there goes. You never know till you get it in hand. All right, so I'll probably have to take his hand off to get the shield on. And that's going to be difficult. I must like, is this why I have to use the slapping hand? Let's see. There we go. Okay, so that's why you have the slapping hand there. So it has a purpose here on Stinkor. And boom, I think it looks pretty darn good. What do you all think in the chat? This is a really good figure. Again, my ankle's a little stiff. I'm not going to try and force it and break it here, but I'm going to do the hot water trick, and I'm sure that'll loosen up. But it does stand even with the ankle being kind of locked right now. But no, I think it looks great. I think it looks fantastic. All right, who's next? Who do you all want to see? Do we want to keep going wave 3? Oh, Stinkor fell. We've got, who do we want to go to? Who is next? Who are we voting for? Is it going to be Scare Glow or barely Scare Glow. Oh yeah, and there is no smell. There is no smell to the Stinkor. Or do Man at Arms. Or I'll put Andra up here as well. All right, out of these, who do we want to go for? I guess Fisto. I got one vote Fisto. If it says shame Fisto. Fister. Another fist. All right, it's going to be Fister going once. Fister. Fisto going once. Oh, Man at Arms. Oh, here the votes start coming in finally. Scare Glow, Man at Arms. I think it's going to be Fisto unless a lot of votes come in. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, Fisto is up next, ladies and gentlemen. This was the one that I saw and that I was excited to get because I think the figure looks really good. What happened to the character in Masters of the Universe Revelation aside, if you joined us on Toy Geeks this past week, Ted Biaselli, one of the executive producers on the show, wouldn't quite answer the whole situation with Fisto and Clamp Champ apparently dying and being sent to MOTU's MOTU Universe's version of the underworld. So we'll see if that ever gets unpinned. My guess is if we get a second season, he'll come on and maybe be able to talk about that a little bit more. But anyway, this design for the character I think looks really good. Yes, thank you. Yeah, put a pin in it. Ryan Dole, he lives a long, happy life in my head canon. There you go. There you go. Black Phoenix, Fister, I barely know her. Oh my lord. Oh man, and I agree. It was a bummer what happened to them. But again, we don't know where the story goes from here. So we only know what we've seen last. So who knows? Who knows where that'll go? All right, artwork on the side. Oop, let me pull it back a little bit so y'all can see it. There we go. Pretty basic, but still looks pretty good. I like the back here. We got the sky sleds. We got some other characters, some fist action going on for Fisto here. All right, well, let's open them up. And I guess, what do we have? We have like 4 pieces of tape we got to work through here. 1, and then another one, and then another one. All right, I think that's everything. Let's open this guy up. Boom. So it's the same sword we got with Triclops. And again, it's kind of weirdly sculpted and molded. Like the hilt is really large. Like it's thick. THICC. And it's a lighter purple than the rest of the Fisto armor, but still looks pretty good. He also comes with his slapping hand and his closed fists. Or not close. Oh, his head popped right off. Oh my gosh. That happened live. Hopefully it goes back on. Oh my gosh. Poor Fisto. Even the toys are disrespecting him. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. Hopefully it just pops right back in. Let's see. All right. No tragedies here for poor Fisto, at least in action figure form. Again, no leg issues like I had on that Triclops, so articulation is good there. Actual ankles look good. Double knee joint is working fine. Shoulders look good. Elbows, knees and toes. And ab crunch is good as well. And yeah, I think he looks, again, this is another really solid figure. Look at this head sculpt. And the paint looks good, really crisp. Again, this is a mass market retail figure, right? So this isn't Masters of the Universe Classics, or Super 7. And NECA is mass market, but it is at a higher price point. These are, $20-21. I got some of these on clearance around Christmas time for like $15. So again, the wash here on the fur parts of his loincloth and boots looks great. His fist, his fist looks good. There's no, the actual fist itself is in a different piece of plastic. It's like casted in a lighter kind of sparkly color. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. I think you can. So this is like painted, like a metallic sparkle. And this is actually like casted in a metallic sparkle plastic. So there is some color variation between the two there. But I don't think it's that big of a deal to me personally. All right, so he comes with a closed fist, so he can't hold his sword. So if you want that to work, you can just swap out his kind of slightly open fist, which should be able to hold his sword. And boom. There you go. Fisto looks great. This is a really good figure. So we're kind of 2 for 2 right now. I think it looks fantastic. What do you all think in the chat? Glitter fist. A die cast fist. Oh my gosh. That would probably make it like too heavy or something like that. Kayla, he should be able to hold his sword. That's true. That's true. Wait, so he has a die cast fist? Like, is that for real? That's die cast? I guess so. It doesn't feel like it, but if it is die cast, I thought it was casted in plastic. So thank you, IE Toy Hunter, for letting. I guess it feels cooler to the touch, like it is a piece of metal. So I guess it's the benefit of these being made by Mattel. They own Hot Wheels, so they know how to do die cast. I don't know if you can hear that in the. So I guess that's metal or die cast. But this is a really good figure. This line I think is one of those things where classics figures have gotten really expensive, and for $20, I think this is a pretty darn good looking Fisto that can sit on your shelf and kind of occupy that 7-inch scale figure. And the fact they did a die cast fist, that's bonus points there. Yeah, it isn't vac metal, but I give them points for doing an actual die cast metal fist. I don't think that's been done before. That's awesome. I really like this Fisto, guys. I think it looks great. All right, who's next? Who do we got left? We got a lot left. We got Man at Arms. We've got Teela. We've got Beastman, Scare Glow, Andra, and Spikor. Who are we gonna do? I see a vote for Teela, Ryan Dole. If nobody else says anything, that's what it's gonna be. One of the figures I'm kind of meh about, to be honest. I do not like the head sculpt, at least in package. Scare Glow. Actually, you know what, Greg? I have to respectfully disagree. I think the figure looks really good. Sure, the character is not a big name marquee character in the show, but I think the figure looks really good. Glow, Spikor, Teela, Spikor, Scare Glow is non-exclusive. Scare Glow, Glow, Andra. It's kind of all over the place. So I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 glows. I got 1, 2, 3 Teelas, and Andra, another Andra. Oh my gosh. Spikor. I think Scare Glow's in the lead by 1. And I'm seeing another Beastman, Kinda Glow. Scare Glow. All right, I think it's Scare Glow or Kinda Glow, whatever you want to call him. One of the fan favorite characters. I think it was awesome. He was included in the show. And I got I guess it was going to be the Comic-Con exclusive for this year, but Comic-Con didn't happen. Again, I really hope it happens this year. San Diego Comic-Con, I miss it very much. But so I got that version that was put up on Mattel Creations. And so that one has, for some reason, that one had a lot more glow features than this one, where only the head glows in the dark, which is mind-blowing. When you could have easily done some glow-in-the-dark paint here. I think that's what the Comic-Con exclusive one did. But no, the only thing that glows in the dark on one of the most famous glow-in-the-dark toys of all time is the head. That's it. So, that's kind of a bummer. And again, the MOTU Origins Scare Glow, I've reviewed it here on this channel, is one of the best glow-in-the-dark figures ever. It shines. It can light up a room. That's how bright that thing is. So, bummer they didn't go that way here with the main retail release of the Masterverse Scare Glow. Maybe we can get variants of it in the future with a lot more glow features. I think John talked about it'd be cool if it was like casted in a translucent black plastic, and then you have a glow-in-the-dark skeleton on the inside. Oh, that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool. But yeah, exactly. I totally agree, Overman. The MOTU Origin Scare Glow is basically a nightlight. It is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. So I don't know what engineering went into that one, but it wasn't put into this one. Let's say that much. All right, let's look at the art. I think this art looks great. I mean, he's just such a cool character design. It's a glow-in-the-dark skeleton. What more could you ask for? And I think the artwork looks really cool. Like the back. Look at the back of this artwork. Like that looks fantastic. And when I critique the Super 7 Turtles line on their packaging, like there's no artwork. Like this is great artwork on a main retail line. I think that's fantastic. And the Super 7 Turtles is just a green box with green bricks on the inside. But that being said, I'm an opener, so I don't care. The figures are incredible, but still. There we go. Let's take him out of his plastic prison. Boom. Still looks great, folks, even if it's not very glow in the dark. So he's got, I think it's called the Sigh of Doom, even though it's like a halberd. Halberd. We've got a closed fist hand and his open slapping hand. Look, actually, there's a little bit of translucent plastic on that. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's slightly translucent. So I love that the hands are translucent. Should end the whole body that way. But I will say, I found this weekend, and just seeing it on, a toy peg, I was shocked. Also, kudos to how big this hole was for the cape. Look at how easily that came out. How many times have we had capes sort of get stuck, and especially with a soft goods cape, it could get ripped. The cape is a really nice feature on the Comic-Con exclusive one, but this looks really great too. Their soft goods that they're using are pretty darn good. The ones that came with the Triclops look great. So this uses the larger buck, the one that came with Skelegod. So it's going to be a little bit larger than the other figures. Let's take a look at them. It looks good, folks. Again, I love the slight translucent on the hands. I wish they would have maybe done the whole thing in that kind of translucent plastic. That's a bummer. That's a missed opportunity, because that could have taken, even without the glow in the dark, if you could have done like a slightly translucent black, oh my gosh, that would look so freaking cool. But even still, I think we're getting here is pretty solid. The face looks good. Let me see if I get it to focus. Let's go zoom in a little bit. Come on, it's your close-up, Scare Glow. There we go. There we go. Like, it still looks really good. And again, the cape with the soft goods just looks fantastic. I agree with Ryan here. I wish Batman capes would go back to those sweet, sweet soft goods. I agree. But yeah, I think this looks really cool. Good call out, Master of MOTU. Reminds me of those Coca-Cola bottle sweets with translucent. Yeah, like it has that kind of, you know, that translucent brown on the gummy. Totally agree. All right, can he hold his halberd? Halberd? Halberd. People at home are like, geez, Jay, can you even say words? And boom. His joints are a little bit stiffer than Fisto's were. But gosh, you got, again, I think this is a really good figure. Glow in the dark, or the lack of glow in the dark, is a fair criticism. I also think the no paint on the knees is a bit of a bummer, and kind of the lack of paint here on the abs. Like there's a little bit here on the bottom, but if you're kind of pushing him forward, it gets completely lost. So that critique aside, the rest of it is fantastic. And it looks really good. I'm feeling good so far. I was a little bit worried, you know. I haven't been the biggest fan of this line. I'm much more on Origins and the CGI stuff, but these figures so far are fantastic. I'm really digging them. What do you all think of the Scare Glow? How tall? All right, I'll bring out the measuring tape there for you, Greg. Let me see if I can kind of zoom back. We'll push him back so he's in frame. So you're looking, what is that? Almost 7 inches, like 6 and like a little over 6.5, maybe 6 3/4. So not quite 7 inches. And your Fisto, so it may be the same height, just a bit of a bulkier figure. Because Fisto actually is a little bit taller. So not that much taller, but bulkier, I would say. Or using a bulkier buck. Totally agree. I mean, the Comic-Con one is way better. I have an open mind. It's still sitting in the box. But I agree. I do think that one is better. Scare, but no glow, no glow. I agree. Again, that is a fair critique, but I still, all things considered, for a $20 retail figure, I think it still looks really good. It looks really good. Let's see. Mecha Man Blade Masterverse looks good but for me, I'm into Origins for the nostalgia. I totally feel that's why I like that as well. But it's the price point. It's the fact we're getting vehicles and play sets and large beasts and all sorts of stuff. Like they're not holding back. It gives you everything, as opposed to just like, you know, a bunch of 6.5-inch scale figures. And I think that's what makes it special. All right, who is next? Yeah, I haven't taken it out of the shipper box. Kayla says it's the girth that matters. Anyways, oh my goodness, gonna get me in trouble here. Da WWE 88. Ginger J from Red. I don't know that one. Benjamin, I wish we were getting the Revolution character designs in Origins lines. I always prefer the vintage scaling for the figures. You know what, Benjamin? I kind of feel you there. I really do like that. Yeah, Lab Rat Fisto has hair, so he's taller. That is fair. All right, it's time to vote. We've got one for Duncan. We've got one for Teela. We got Man at Arms, another Man at Arms. Let's see. Kale's only here for the. I'm getting a feeling. There, lifelong toy collector. It's a no glow for me. And yeah, honestly, Geek Illustrated Dad, I'm feeling you. Waves 2 and 3 of Masterverse are awesome. So this is looking really good. I got Teela. I got another Teela. I got Andra. I got Spikor, Duncan. Let's see. Any others? Andra. So we got 1, 2. I'm thinking Man at Arms is in the lead. So last chance. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. It's going to be Duncan. And that leaves Andra, Spikor, Teela, and Beastman that are left. And this is our first Wave 2 figure that we're looking at. I think this Man at Arms figure looks fantastic. I found this one and picked him up. He just looks really, 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 really good. So, and again, just look at it in the box. Look at all the paint detail on the armor. And then go look at that black chrysanthemum figure that Hasbro unveiled. Where it's casted in one color. Look at all this. I feel that everyone, I feel like it's gonna be a really good one. Let's see once we open it up how it looks. We've got artwork of Duncan, aka Man at Arms, on the side, standing stoically, and on the back we have him in a more action pose, which is pretty cool. This is our first Wave 2 figure. So in Wave 2 we got Man at Arms, Teela, Spikor, and Beastman. So let's open him up. Open him up. So yeah, MOTU Origins Castle Grayskull won Best Playset at yesterday's Jeffries. Well earned, I think. I was a little worried, like no Ghostbuster wins for a while. And but luckily I feel like I got some good wins there at the end. But a fun night nonetheless. And thank you to my wife Colleen, who was fine with me putting that on the TV and watching it. For it was 2 hours 13 minutes or something like that. It was long, but not as long as the Oscars, and a lot more fun. So definitely check it out. Oh my gosh. Favorite moments, one of them has to be Jacob Walsh's toy room cleanup. It was so funny because it was so true to all of us that clean up our toy rooms from time to time. So many great moments. Ryan Dole, who's here, had trying to toy hunt in a blizzard. It was hilarious. Anyway, a lot of fun. Check it out. Okay, Man at Arms. Here he is in the bubble. Let's pull it through. And I'm blanking on his name now, but the voice actor of Jar Jar Binks showed up. It was incredible. Next year it needs to happen in person so we can do like a red carpet. All right, let's pop this out. All right, he's got, considering his Man at Arms, he doesn't have an extra arms, but he has a lot of extra hands compared to the other ones. We've got 4 hands. And no slapping hands, surprisingly. No slapping hands for Duncan, because he's a gentleman. That's why. Wow. They really did a really good job. Aside from this armor's a little loose, but I could probably fix that with some tweaking. Let's bring it in here. But look at this. Look at this detail. Wow. I think that's a design flaw, because I feel like if it would stick on the bicep, if I pull it up like that, maybe that's why. There we go. Anyway. Look at this guy. Wow. Who said it could pass for a classics figure? Because I'm kind of feeling it. Because yeah, Mecha Manblade could pass for a classics. Wow. The detail just looks fantastic. Look at all the paint applications. Like even on the belt, you have light blue, these kind of sparkly metallic blue, dark blue on the dots around it. You have a wash on all of the fur parts. His boots have the light green and the dark green throughout. The armor, look at the tone and color shading on the armor. Wow. And even here, you have the painted fur. It's all there. Now, again, the classics Man at Arms is so, it's incredible. Like the detail on that one's incredible. So, you know, I don't want to sit here and say this is just as good as that, because that one's going to be hard to ever beat. But this you can find for right now at retail for $20 or $21, depending on where you pick it up. You can't do that for that figure. So this thing is impressive. Wow. Okay, let's look at his accessories. He's got a big mace, very 2000X style mace, and a ton of hands. I don't think I'll use any of these, to be honest, though. I don't need a fist. I don't need an open hand where he's going to hold his mace. And it doesn't come with any other weapons to use these extra hands. So cool that they had them, but honestly, a little bit redundant. Maybe would have liked to have seen like a blaster or something like that, or maybe an alternate head without the mustache if you wanted kind of young Duncan or something like that. I don't know. Or an unhelmeted head, like with his ponytail or whatever. But wow. This is a really good figure. Let me know in the chat what you think. Is this fave of the wave? It very well might be. Very well might be. Unfortunately, they're not handy after all. No, they're kind of extra. You know, I was borrowing John's, which was my old classics man arms. If you don't know the story, I traded my entire classics collection to John for a bunch of vintage figures, like tons of Ghostbusters, Thundercats, like there was Bengali, like a bunch of really pricey stuff that he got in a collection, and I didn't have room for the classics in my new toy room that you all know have seen if you've watched that video. So I traded it all. So I borrowed it back for a video a while ago, but I gave it back to him. So it's behind him now. Is it tape on it? Oh, thanks for calling that out. I thought it was part of the design. I thought it was like a painted. Tie 88. Thanks for calling that out. Oh my goodness. I thought it was part of the paint. I was like, that's kind of cool. It's kind of a stylistic choice, kind of like a hot rod tape or stripe or something. Yeah, I thought so too. I thought it was kind of a deco thing. It looks good though, to be honest. All right. We got 4 figures left. Beastman, Andra, Teela, and Spikor. Now, if I remember correctly, John did not like Spikor. So I'll be curious to see what my impressions are once I open him up. Yeah, shoulder pad. Yeah, it's a little loose. I kind of finagling it. I got it to kind of stick up on there, but still, it does seem like a design flaw for sure. I would agree. Let's see. We've got Spikor, Andra, Teela, Beastman, Spikor. Vector Leto says, try opening the next box from the top. I'll try. I don't want to ruin the art on the sides of that because I saved that. I just want to stay as far away from it as possible, but I will try your style, Vector. I will try. Beastman, Spikor. I'm seeing a lot of spikes. So it's going to be Spike. Yeah, Spikor with John not liking his. I know. But in fairness, we both didn't really dig the classics figures. So, but I think it's Spikor. Spikor's next. All right. So Vector said, try it from the top. I will try it from the top. Kayla, be quiet. Oh, that's so much easier. Vector, game changer. Thanks for that, my friend. And, you know, it's really because he's kind of, I don't want to say a boring character, but it's just a lot of purple. And I love purple. Purple is one of my favorite colors. But the problem is when they just look too much like the vintage figure and there's just not enough difference there, you know? All right, let's pop this. Yeah. Boom. Ooh, he is stiff. There's a joint. Okay. So they posed him in kind of this, you know, holding his club, and it's because of that he is stiff. He is sore. There we go. All right. I'm in kind of a neutral pose here. You know, he's not bad. Again, it's the using the spikes as just armor they put over the normal buck, I think was John's big complaint, and I see that here for sure. It's just there's not as much happening with this figure as say some of the other ones that we've seen so far. And so as such, it does seem a little bit, I don't want to say lackluster or less than the others, but I think just because of the design, it seems a little less. But he does come with some pretty cool accessories. He has his classic mace, spiked mace. He also has his kind of spiked hand feature. So let's see. Should we do it on this hand? Let's swap that out. Put the club in this hand. Good Lord. There we go. All right. So yeah, his spiked hand looks a little weak. You know, it seems very toy compared to the rest, which looks really good. But overall, I still like him. I still like that I have him. Is he not as good as the other ones? Sure, but he's not bad. I don't think he's a bad figure. But I think his kind of trident hand could have been cooler. Because right now it just seems like some toy accessory I've attached to his hand. It doesn't look like it flows very well. But still, overall, I think pretty solid. Honestly, I'm happy with him. What is your all's thoughts? We got looks all right. Could be more spiky, but I like him. It's rounded spikes, not super spiky. The purple Conqueror of Doom. Ryan B. I was disappointed with his head. Yeah, again, it's just I had the same problem with the classics version, to be honest. Like it didn't feel like it elevated the original sculpt or kind of bringing it in and making it more modern or something like that. It just kind of felt like a upsized version of the vintage. And I don't know. I feel like it could be done better. It could be done better. Spike hand does look great. Yeah, it looks like an old Kenner accessory that like got attached here. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad head sculpt, but it's just kind of meh. It's just kind of meh. Doesn't do much for me. Don't roll your eyes at me, Spikor. Grill Master Spikor. Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. So there's Spikor. Let's move along. We got 3 left. I don't want to try and keep this under an hour because I'm using my nice camera that will overheat if I run it for too long. The orange on the spike hand seems so bright. I think it's just kind of, it has like a metallic look to it. All right, we've got our 2 ladies and a beast man. Where are we going to go? We're going to go Andra, Teela, or beast man. Are we leaving the ladies for last? I thought gentlemen, ladies go first. But a lot of beast man. Kayla, release the beast. All right, if no one says otherwise, beast man is next. And if you remember from Toy Geeks, Beastman, executive producer Ted Biaselli said he didn't like it because it seemed undersized to the character in the show. So Beastman will be next. All right. Again, Vector, thank you for the tip. This is so much easier. So if you don't know that at home, just cut it from the tap. And you can actually save the box if you wanted to. It's just how much of a dummy I am. All right, so I don't like this look of the character. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say I don't like it. I'm fine with it looking different because it's kind of after, the magic is taken away from the world or whatever. Like, I get it. I just prefer the more classic look. I would have rather have done one with the classic look, or like they've done with Trapjaw and Triclops, like let you have both looks. I think that would have been nice here for this figure. I would have paid an extra $10 for that feature, maybe. He has his iconic whip, which looks pretty cool. He's got 4 hands, which again is probably overkill. So there you go. Some open that probably won't hold a weapon, one that will hold a weapon, and 2 closed fists. And again, I kind of wish they would just do a more static pose for these, because I think posing them in kind of an action state is what makes their joints kind of stiff and wonky. I think that's the issue that I had with my Triclops, where his leg was kind of out of position because of the way he was displayed in the case or in the bubble. You know, if they're coming like fresh off the assembly line or something, I feel like that could lead to some problems. But this Beastman, thankfully, is pretty good. No issues there, which is good. So I think he looks good. I just wish it was kind of the more classic design of the character. But again, good paint. Like, again, it has kind of this little darker paint here on the side and the back of his shins, which is cool, but it does kind of look weird as it goes into his thighs, his upper thighs. Because it's like, is he wearing fur shoes? So they didn't kind of continue that darker fur color up to his upper thighs, which looks a little weird. Like, kudos for doing it here. I think it looks great, but then it's a weird cutoff here at this point. And the knees look to be casted in a slightly different color as well. Not super noticeable. But the articulation overall looks pretty darn good. I love this. I think it's casted in that. I don't think it's painted that color. And I think the painting on the face looks good. Again, I just wish this was the classic look. Let's see how the whip fits into his hand. Cool whip. Oh, come out. Get in there. There we go. Boom. All right, so what do you think of Beastman? I think he's okay. I understand why you'd want this version of the character. And maybe they didn't figure this out yet. But I would have liked to have seen the classic look. All right, let's keep moving. We've only got 2 left, and my camera is starting to overheat. So if it shuts out, we'll be SOL. So let's do this quick. Teela and/or Andra. What are we going to go with? I'll let you all decide. Yeah, this out of all of them, the Beastman is probably the one I would not get, because I'd rather just wait for the classic look. And I would assume, I'd hope they do a classic look eventually. Teela, Andra. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me. It's tied. Come on, Teela. All right, Teela is it. So let's open her up. Again, artwork on the side and back. A lot of people criticize her look. I thought it looked cool. I really like this look of the character. I did not like this head sculpt. So let's see how it looks like in hand. I've seen some customizers do better head sculpts for her, and I think the figure looks fantastic. So I may just try to find a third-party head sculpt to replace here, because I still think this head sculpt looks rather weak. She has a staff. This kind of laser sword. It's not the dark saber, but maybe. We got the hilt for that. We got some extra hands. And we've got her. Let's take her out of here. Again, not a huge fan of the figure being posed because of articulation issues or joint issues. Let's see how she is. She seems okay. So again, unlike the Beastman look, I actually like this look. I think it's a pretty cool look. It definitely feels like, kind of a modern take on it or whatever. I just don't like this head sculpt. This doesn't look anything like the person we saw on the show. I don't think it looks like her at all. It's like a caricature of her. I'll probably display her with the staff. So again, I think the paint, this design, I think is really cool. I just want a better head sculpt, so I'm probably going to go third party on a head sculpt for her. But there you go. There is Teela. Greg said, I like this look better than Adam's. I agree. I think that the new look looks awesome. Classic. You know, they're doing the classic look, and there's like an unheaddressed version of her, and she looks fantastic. Eyebrows not. Yeah, it's just, again, just the head sculpt is off. Head sculpt is off. It does kind of look cross-eyed a little bit. I'll agree with you there, Da. So again, I think third party would fix this one kind of the way it fixed my He-Man figure, which I think looks great. All right, only Andra's left. And this is the one I've had the longest. Good friend Gary picked this one up for me when he was in Massachusetts. He found it pre-street date. So this Andra comes with some sweet soft goods. She has 2 head sculpts, like a fire blast attachment. So yeah, again, I think pretty cool character design. I know it kind of bugged a lot of people. A lot of people thought she was going to be He-Man or something like that. I don't know. People got bent out of shape. But I thought she was a fine character as a partner for Teela. She's got adventures with. So she has this alternate head when she was wearing the mask. I think it was in the Stinkor fight scene. I don't know if she had it any other times. We've got 4 hands, which again, I think is a bit overkill. So it seems like they kind of rectified that in wave 3. But we have a lot of extra hands here for her. So she has this kind of, the hood is kind of pushed down. And then you can kind of put it up when she has the other head. Or can I just take it off? There you go. But I love this blast attachment. I think this looks really cool. Even though I guess she doesn't come with a weapon, that is her weapon. So your mileage may vary on how cool you think that is. Articulation a little wobbly. She has a little bit of a bobblehead kind of thing going on. But still pretty cool. I'm going to swap out the heads so we can see the other look. I think we kind of got to be speedy. As before this camera turns off. So we can get the hooded look. I could probably do this better, but I'm rushing. But still, it's cool that you're getting the soft goods with these in this scale, because it's so rare for, you know, 6-inch scale figures to get soft goods. Or it's not as common, I should say. But I think she looks really good. I think Andra looks good. All right, before this thing turns off, let's bring out Andra, Teela, Spikor, Beastman, Man-at-Arms, Fisto, Scare Glow, and Stinkor. Fave of the wave. Who is it gonna go to? Who's gonna win? I think it's got to be Man-at-Arms. Well, fave of wave 2, definitely Man-at-Arms. Fave of all the waves, probably Man-at-Arms still. Fave of wave 3, I think there's 3 really solid figures. I mean, actually, they're all really solid figures. I think Fisto, though. I think Fisto might be my favorite. Or Stinkor. I think Scare Glow's awesome. I think Andra's actually a really good figure, too. Like, they've really stepped it up in wave 3. But out of all of them, I think it's got to go to my main man, Duncan. It's just a really good looking figure. It's, again, I think somebody said it could sub in. I think a few of these could sub in to your classics line if you don't have that character yet. And out of all of them, I think, there you go, Scare Glow. I think Man-at-Arms does it the best. What do you all think? Let's see. Stinkor, a lot of Stinkor love. Man-at-Arms, Andra, Man-at-Arms and Stinkor for the win. Got my origin Stinkors today. Let's see. A lot of Stinkor love. He Daddy for the win. Yeah, it's I don't have. I need those classics, but luckily, Pixel Dan does a great job with his comparison time. So I think for sure. I think it goes to Man at Arms and Stinkor, faves of the waves. But I think Fisto's really good. These two waves are really fantastic. I think wave 1 was okay, but these two waves are really, really good. So if you haven't picked them or you've been kind of second guessing it, if you find a character you like, I think pick them up, because I do think they impressed a lot more in this opening, in this unboxing, than I thought they would. All right. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Tomorrow, Ralph and I will be talking about Peacemaker, the finale, as well as the entire series. We're going to be talking about that. And then I think we got to talk about that Rescue Rangers trailer and the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe trailer as well. So that'll be Screen Geeks tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you all there. Thank you again to everybody. Oh no, if you haven't done it yet, hit that like button to bring them back to life. And then if you want to make sure you never miss an episode of Geek Dad Life, hit the subscribe button and that bell icon. You never know when I'll do a live stream, whether it's an unboxing or talking about horrible figures like that Hasbro Black Chrysanthemum from Star Wars Black Series. But anyways, thank you all. And until next time, hasta luego and goodbye.